take up the next topic, which is the 6 marker, letter writing. It has these different kinds of letters in this category. Seeking information, that is letter of inquiry. Placing orders, this can also have a reminder to the order placed because delay has happened. It can even have cancellation of order due to some reason. Complaints, letter to the editor, job application. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll give you a proper layout of the format of a formal letter. So in that format, these value points I'm giving you of different kinds, these value points can be put in them, so your letter will come up. Seeking information, when it can be about a product, it can be about a course, it can be a service. So you will refer to the source where you came to know. This is to state that through this and this, I came to know about this. So the source of that, your company or your institute is coming up with this and this thing. So that you will mention, then you will ask for further information. If it is a course, the batch size, the fee structure, the duration of the course, the certification after that, and so on and so forth, depending on what kind of a course it is. If it is a product, some new product launched in the market, you've seen the advertisement, you are writing a letter about that. So in that case, you'll ask for information, the price, the discount, if it is a bulk order you want to place, or it can also be what is the guarantee that comes along with it, or what are the key features of that particular thing which you want to know more. So those kind of things will become your second paragraph. Third paragraph, you will say that I would request you to kindly settle my queries, or if it is a code, then send the prospectus, or in this case a brochure at the earliest possible, so that further you can take your decisions accordingly. Then placing orders is anything can be there in placing orders. As an individual also we can place orders, but then it has to be a bulk order. Otherwise, the school or a company is placing a particular order. In that case, you will say that this is to state that our company or our organization or the school would like to place an order for this and this thing with your firm. So you will mention that first paragraph about that. The question gives you certain details, you will pick it up from there. Then will be the box wherein you will mention the items, the serial number, the items, the company, the model number, and the number of pieces required, the quantity required. Okay, so that will come within the box. After that is third paragraph, which will be, you will mention the other points like packing, that the packing and the transportation should be foolproof, because if any damage happens, it will rest with the person who's sending the things to you. So the packing, the transportation, the delivery should be fine, and then you can even ask for a discount, that I hope this and this 10% discount, institutional discount, or discount on bulk item is being given to us. So this is your placement of order. Reminder will be, if at all the question says that you placed an order, it got delayed, so you are giving a reminder. You will say that this is to state that our company, our school placed an order for this thing or this product with you dated this and this, and the due delivery date was this, but it has not reached us till now. Fine. After that, you will say that this is to state further that if you deliver it till this and this date, fine, otherwise the order stands cancelled. Okay, so that is reminder. Cancellation is when you are cancelling it altogether, that it was supposed to come at this time, but it has not reached us, so the order stands cancelled. Fine. Now let's move on to complaints. Complaints can be of two kinds. One is general letter of complaint, the other is complaint of a product. Okay, when we take general letter of complaint, what is this? If you remember, all these years you've been writing letters to the editor. Letter to the editor also used to be a complaint, any complaint. Your street lights are not working, write a letter to the editor. There is road rage, write a letter to the editor. Global warming happening, write a letter to the editor. Editor used to be that medium through which we used to showcase the problem to the society and the concerned authorities. Editor did not have to do anything, but he was a medium between us and the rest of the society. So this is, you are writing to the editor. But any other general complaint, road rage, writing to the traffic department. Okay, lights are not working, some water problem, you are writing to the Jal board. Electricity problem, you are writing to the Vidyut board. So that is general letter of complaint, where problems can be the same, but you are writing exactly directly to the concerned authority. Okay, so nothing much of a change, the beginning and ending changes, otherwise it remains the same. So the address and all will be given the way it is given in the question, and you will mention that this is to state that I so and so would like to bring this problem to your notice. Then second paragraph, you will elaborate the problem. Third paragraph, as I told you earlier, please provide a solution. That the solution is to be there. Why? Because we cannot just show a problem and leave it at that. Positive ending should be given. Complaint of a product is you purchased a product, they'll tell you, you purchased this and this product. It is generally given in the question. This much time period back, it worked fine. Now it has developed certain problems. Fine. So you are writing to the person from whom you purchased, either the manufacturer or the showroom in charge or whatever the question tells you. So you're writing to that. This is in reference to the product purchased, or instead of product you can mention this and this thing and the brand name purchased from your showroom. Write the name of the showroom. Wide cash memo number or through cash memo number, just give the cash memo number to show the detail that he can immediately correlate this product was taken on this date. And then you can mention that it worked fine for a couple of days or months as mentioned in the question, but now it has developed a few problems. Generally questions do give you the problems, but if not, then you can mention, otherwise take it from the question. So second paragraph will be your, that it has been, giving this problem and this problem which has really caused a lot of disturbance to us. And then third paragraph you can mention, so you are just a polite request that the product is still within the guarantee/warranty period. So the person concerned should either get the repair or the replacement done at the earliest possible to avoid any further inconvenience. Okay, so this letter comes to an end. Editor, as I told you, problems that you are showcasing to the editor, beginning will be through the columns of your esteemed newspaper. I would like to bring to the knowledge of the concerned authorities and the common people the problem of, mention the problem and write a line about that. Second paragraph will be the details of the issue. Whatever issue you have discussed, it can be any issue whatsoever, so you can give the details of that. Third paragraph will be the conclusion. In this case, in the case of the editor, the conclusion more or less is fine. You'll say, I hope that the concerned authorities and the concerned authorities look into the problem and mention what else can be done according to the problem. I hope that the concerned authorities and the common people join hands in solving this problem. Why common people also? Because generally people have a laid back attitude that okay, what can we do? It's not done. Everywhere a government official cannot be deputed. We have to become the eyes and ears of the government. So we also have to be the brand ambassadors for the cause. Alright, so we'll say that the concerned authorities and the common people join hands to make the society a better one, or to eliminate this problem from our society, or to uplift this and this thing. If it is some, some literacy level to be raised or women empowerment to be done, whatever. So either to uplift this thing or to eliminate this thing, depending on whatever the question is. So that is going to settle your third paragraph. Next category is job application, where you are applying for a particular position. Covering letter will refer to the advertisement. You will give the covering letter and you will give the biodata. Covering letter will refer to the advertisement. Then next will be, you will give details of your qualities, awards, recognition, depending on which post you are applying for. After that, you can mention in the third paragraph that you can join at the earliest possible. You can also mention that you are attaching your biodata with a reference of 2 persons for your kind perusal, furtherance of the thing. So that you can mention, and after this will be the biodata. I will just give you very quickly the key points that will come in the biodata, which is written after the covering letter. Now the biodata, these are the key points that will come up in the biodata. Again, little bit plus and minus can happen according to the question or according to whatever has been taught to you in school. Basic details have to come: the name, date of birth, address, educational qualifications or academic qualifications. Sometimes you even are asked to write the technical qualifications. The experience, expected salary. Experience you can write in case the question says that you are applying for a senior position. At times it even says that fresh graduates are being picked up, or the question says that you recently passed your class 12th exams and this post is open for children who've done 12th. So in between that time period you want to take up, so then this thing will not come. Expected salary, and references. As I told you just now, references, two references have to be there. One is the name of the person, complete name, then the designation. What is the designation of the person, and the name of the organization. What organization does the person belong to is to be written here. Then the phone number of the person so that he can be contacted. Leave a line, write down the next. Again the same thing, the entire thing will come this way. Now when we are doing this, generally I've seen children in the biodata, they do like this. Okay, so what happens is, whatever information you are filling in, it comes like this and this and this. Please don't do this. Again, when we talk about the presentation, this thing has to be taken care of very much. What you will do is, please don't put the colons beforehand. You wait till you've done this, or educational qualifications is the longest one. So what you can do is, when you put a colon here, so accordingly here, 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 and so this also would shift a little bit towards that side. The board sheet is pretty wide, so that will happen. Now if you see that you are writing, things come one under the other. Here the examiner would have been hunting. So you squeeze everything here, the entire sheet is vacant there. You please write it like this. This also will get shifted on that side. So everything will be one under the other. Now the format of a formal letter. First lines are for the sender's address. It can be 2 lines or it can be 3 lines. Sender's address, which is generally given to you, pick it up, leave a line. Then the date. Again I am referring to March 2019, 2nd March 2019 or March 2, 2019. All are acceptable. Leave a line. Now this particular part is for the receiver's address. What all comes in the receiver's address is, first is the designation. It can be the editor, it can be the manager, it can be the director, it can be the proprietor. Designation. Then the name of the way editor, the name of the newspaper used to be written. So manager, the name of the firm will come to you. Director or proprietor, whatever is the name of the firm, that will come. Then 2 lines for the postal address. So this entire thing becomes your receiver's address. Again leave a line, then subject, and then sir. No need to leave a line in between. Subject, sir, or reverse it. Sir, subject, both are acceptable. Okay, subject has to be written in phrases, not in a sentence. It has to be cut short, 4, 5, 6 words, not more than that. Leave a line and then start with the content. As I was telling you just now about the content of different kinds of letters, you can put it over here. First paragraph finishes off, leave a line, second paragraph, leave a line, third paragraph. Okay, there was this one query that came up, which came up to my mind just now. There's this one child who asked me about the margins and something or the other, where he said that what if I don't take an extra sheet, a supplementary sheet, because I in my first video said that the tying up of the sheet cuts your matter, so draw margin on both the sides. First thing, when I'm starting my work, I don't know whether I'm going to take an extra sheet at the end or not. If I think I'm not going to take and I require it, and vice versa. So presentation has to be focused. First thing, you've made margin on both sides, you've made your things neater for yourself, for the examiner as well. Similarly, over here at times children say that if my paragraph ends over here, then why do I need to leave a line? The examiner will know. But the point is, if this paragraph ends, what is the guarantee? This will also end there. Plus we have to follow uniformity, plus we have to give breathing spaces, breathers within our question. So leave a line wherever the paragraph is changing. Now thanking you after that. Thanking you has become obsolete. Certain schools don't write this, don't want the children to write this. Certain are still following with the old practice. So whether you write or you don't write, it is perfectly fine. It is not a big sin that I missed writing it or I have written it, both ways. After that, yours truly, sincerely or faithfully, depending on what question you are taking up, signature, name and designation. If the designation is given to you, your designation, the sender's designation will come here, not on top of the sender's address. So if you've been putting your signatures, go ahead with that. If you've not been putting, you can avoid doing that. Again repeating, format will have little bit of variation. Everywhere little bit variation does happen. So if a bit of a variation here or there is given here. Please follow the formats that your teachers have taught you in your schools, because let the entire group of children follow the same pattern for the examiner who's going to check. Now let's come to our 10 markers. First, article writing. Title you will give, the byline, that is the name of the writer. It can be for the newspaper, it can be for the school magazine. If it is for the school magazine, then the name and the class can be written. If you want, it can be written here. There are some who write here, both ways it is acceptable. So the byline. Introduction, detailed discussion, conclusion. As I told earlier also, that article you cannot frame anything in particular and go. You can put some quotations in between, you can put certain examples in between, but you will basically have to take idea from the question. That recently in the contemporary society this is happening, that will be your introduction. Then detailed discussion, what the question expects out of you. After that will be your conclusion, which again, if it is a problem discussed, the conclusion has to be a positive one. Next we come on to report writing. It's of two kinds, school magazine, newspaper. School magazine report is basically covering up of some event. It can be maybe some exchange program, inter-school program, inter-house program. It can even be a newspaper report which covers up some mishap or some event. It can be some award function. It can be something else organized, maybe some particular colony or some organization came up with some medical checkup camps, blood donation camps and all that. So two different categories. This is the first category, that is the school magazine. Headline will be given, byline will be given, byline again the name, and straight away you'll start with what, when, where, how. Okay, what happened, where it happened. In, for example, in the case of the school, to mark the occasion of this and this, the school came up with what, when, where, how, why. Some people write it 4 paragraphs in 4 paragraphs, some write in 3, it's up to you. If you are writing in 4, the first one will become very brief, second will have detailed information after that. So then the details can be given, that how many participants were there, how many schools came up, or how many people came together on this particular platform for this, what were the views of different people, somebody liked performing, somebody liked to watch the performances, and then will be the conclusion. In case of a particular event, when we are concluding, the school authorities or the resident welfare association plans to organize more such events to render a helping hand to the society. If some medical checkup or health camp is there, if it is a school event, then you'll say that the school authorities plan to organize more such events or competitions to showcase the hidden talent of the children. Now, if it is a newspaper report, it can be a mishap, it can be some bigger event. So headline will be given, the byline will have the name. At times it says you are a special correspondent or an HT correspondent or a TOI correspondent. So if the name is given, write that. Otherwise, if it says an HT correspondent, you'll say HT correspondent, TOI correspondent, whatever is given. Otherwise, a special correspondent if this is not mentioned. In the newspaper report, we'll mention the place, comma, the date. Okay, whenever the event happened, whatever event you are reporting today, it took place yesterday. So yesterday's date, the place where the accident, supposing it says on the Jaipur highway or the Agra highway, somewhere the accident happened, the place you will mention, the name of the city and the date, and same things will come up over here, what, when, where, how, and the details that what happened, whether it was a train accident or some other vehicle collided into the other, whatever. So those details will be mentioned here, who was at fault, how many injured, if supposing some casualty happened, and the it can be even a fire breakout, it can even be a bomb blast. So depending on the question, you will mention the details. Conclusion will be that the compensation that the government plans to give to the injured or to the ones who died, and also that the government has planned to make the rules all the more stringent and book the offenders according to whatever thing the person has gone against, that the ones who don't follow the rules or the ones who are found to be the culprits or guilty will be punished, will be taken to task. So that will be the concluding paragraph for the newspaper report. Now let's take up the next topic, which is speech. In this, you are addressing a live audience. So first you'll wish them good morning, and then you'll start with the first paragraph. Respected principal, teachers and my dear friends. you'll continue further that it can be a normal class assembly, or it can be a particular occasion, you are celebrating a particular day. So on the occasion of this and this day, or on the occasion of the class assembly of this class, I, your name and class, stand before you to express my views on, and then the topic. Okay, but if you are addressing them in the capacity of being the head boy or some president of some club, then you'll write I, your name, comma, the designation. Then class will not come, because your designation is your identity. Little bit variation if the speech happens to be for a competition. Then respected principal, respected members of the jury, principal, teachers, and my dear friends. My worthy opponents and my dear friends. And then you'll say that the topic for today's debate, declamation competition is dash, and I, contestant number dash, stand before you to express my views on the topic. You'll mention that. You can take help from that, because that is for a competition, which is a debate. Okay, then second paragraph, elaboration of that depending on the question. Third paragraph will be, because you've talked about some problem, some issue pertaining to the society. So you'll say, I hope that so and so will join hands or will do this and this to bring about a change in the society, to make our society a better one. For example, in the case of a school, something which the school can do. So you can say that I hope that the school authorities organize more rallies and some poster making competitions, slogan writing competitions, so that the thought can be triggered in the minds. And the winning entries generally are put around here and there, outside the school, inside the school. So it's basically spreading the message across to the society. So I hope that this and this will be done to, again, what we did in the letter to the editor, to eliminate this problem or to uplift this particular issue so that the thing can be done. And at the end, because you are addressing a live audience, thank you. Your name will not come. Name we have already written here when we introduced ourselves. So simply you will write thank you. Next in this category is debate writing. Debate, as it is, you know, it is argumentative in nature. It is in a competition that you go. Debate doesn't, in debate you are competing with your own person also, your team, your house, your school. You're competing with him because two different opinions are happening. So good morning, respected members of the jury, principal, teachers, my worthy opponents, and my dear friends. Till here same can go for the competition, speech for competition. The topic for today's debate competition is dash, and I, contestant number 10, 11, anything, would like to express my views in favor of or against the topic. Second paragraph, you'll write about the topic. It has to be argumentative in nature. Just now my worthy opponent said this. I would strongly want to affirm that. You give your viewpoint. So that is how you'll mention. Third paragraph, again more or less the same, the way it was in the speech. I hope that I have been able to convince the august gathering or the jury members or anything that this and this is the need of the hour, and so on and so forth. You will close it depending whatever question it is. And again, because you are addressing a live audience, you will mention thank you. So I hope I've been able to cover all your doubts, whatever comments were coming up regarding the reading section, regarding the writing section. As much as was possible, I've tried to do. I hope you watch these videos properly, you jot down the points, you revise them on the last day. Just give a glance to them so that you don't forget, you don't get nervous. You keep it ready in front of you. And I don't think you'll have many problems after this, but still if you have something, leave your doubts in the comment box. I'll keep on answering them. Regarding your literature queries also, you can keep on asking particular questions. I'll be answering them in the comment box itself. I hope if you follow these tips, whatever I've tried to bring in a capsule form, everybody is able to score good marks, everybody is able to crack the exam properly, and let's keep our fingers crossed that everybody gets beyond or maybe at least around 95. So remain connected. All the best to all of you. Have a nice time. Thank you.